G'day and welcome to another episode. My name is Daethstro, the Aussie Geek, and today we will be looking at Combiner Wars Scavanger. So this is the second to last figure. We've only got Bone Crusher left, and then we will have completed all the Constructicons, and then we can get down to combining the lot of them. So here he is, Scavanger. He does roll. He has 4 wheels. And I will say he actually has a bit more articulation in this mode, although I don't know why he's tabbed a bit. I thought he was looking a bit crooked. In this, he is a little bit more articulate than Hook, because at least he can actually move his scoop. That won't move, and you do get up and down on that. So he actually does get a little bit of articulation in this mode, and you can easily fold it up and have like that, which is more for combined mode. So there we are. He does look good, especially in this mode. You know, he does have this giant gap, but we're already putting this without it. You do see part of his chest under there. And I will admit, him and Bone Crusher have the weirdest legs, which I'll get to in a moment. But first, let's do a size comparison, and I really do need to clean my table off because it's starting to run out of room. Here he is with Windblade. She is obviously shorter than he is due to the scoop. She is wider, and she's longer in general. Let's take of that. So there we go. So we can get this guy into robot mode. And for those of you who have not been watching the other ones, we're going from this into robot mode, from robot mode back to this, and then we will get into combined mode, which I forgot to do for long haul, but I made sure to do for, I think, everybody else. So let's start with, we're just going to collapse that down for the time being. We're going to come under here, and we're going to unpeg the tracks, which are plugged into here. Do the same on the other side. We can then rotate, bring that down, because basically what we want to do is just have these sort of plugged in, sort of, because this whole thing's going to rotate up. So what we're going to do then is we're going to flip this up, bring this out. I don't know why I always forget. Oh, hang on. This has got to fold down. That's what it is. I knew there was something I was forgetting. So fold that down. Fold that down. You want to then fold this back to bring the arms out on both sides. They can plug in there on either side. Then sort of want to rotate all this around. So this is going to come up under here. And you basically have to... You got a hinge here, and you have the mechanism here. So when you get to here, you sort of want to untab. There it is. So that plugs into here. That will fold up there and give us our pelvis. And they can just sit up there. We want to pull out both of these sides and extend the legs like so. And do the same on the other side. Fold that out, pull that down, and we have our legs. We can come under here and flip out the hands, like so. I'll move the camera in a second. There we go. And we'll lift the camera up a little bit. Then we can flip this piece down. It won't go all the, oh, it will go all the way. Then we can flip the head up, which I don't know why you're being a little stubborn. There we go. And then flip that back up. Compress all that, and there we have Scavanger in his robot mode. He is a little bit lanky. I will say that much. He is a little bit lanky, but proportionate-wise, despite the fact he has this massive leg gap, he has decent proportions and articulation, all things considered. So the arms realistically got away with most of the decent proportions and everything. Bone Crusher even more so when we get to him. So he does look pretty good. That collapses, and I do like the fact that you can sort of scorpion mode the scoop if you want, which is pretty cool. So there we go. So as for articulation, oh, by the way, As I always say, if I can get it to focus, head looks immaculate. Head looks amazing. Really amazing. Head looks amazing on all these figures. But we can do a full 360 with the head. It doesn't really look up. It does look down a little bit. Can't go side to side. Arms can do a full 360. They can go out that far. You have bicep rotation at the elbow, and you actually get a proper elbow. Oops. You don't get wrist rotation, fingers, or thumb, but you do get in and out. You get transformation. Oops. You don't get waist swivel. There is no waist swivel. There is no ab crunch. You can do a full 360 with the leg, except things start getting in the way. Legs go out that far. They go forward that far and go back that far if you get over that transformation peg there. He has slight thigh swivel, and I think not really knee swivel, because I think I'm actually... Oh, there is a ball joiner there. So technically, yeah, there's a knee swivel if you really want to use that. And of course, the knee's in a weird spot too. It's like halfway up the thigh. He has crazy ankle joints. And of course, you can move his heel and his toe as you see fit. And as always, you can arm him up with any of the accessory bits that came with, that we saw with Long Haul. So there we go. So let's fix up that camera, and we'll do our second size comparison. Here he is with MP10, and I don't know why MP10 is sort of looking off into the distance, but still. So, just about the silver pieces on Prime's ribs. So there we go. All right, back into vehicle mode before we get into combine mode. So we're going to close these up again, and we can straighten those legs straight back up. Fold his hands back. Fold down the chest piece to put his head back, and close that all back up again. We'll stretch that out, just gives a little bit of clearance. We're going to fold these out, and we're going to try to get his hips down, which lock very, very well. There we go. There, and we want to go down again and just sort of work those hips as you do. All right, so because what we want is we want that to be tabbed back in for starters, but we want it sort of sitting like so. So we have this gap facing down. That way these all line up. But before we can get to that, we're going to need to fix his arms up. So they come down like so. And providing this comes around, this can all fold up. This tab will tab into this side, and this port will go over to this tab. Like that. And same on the other side, providing things aren't in the way. Like so. And then we can roll the hips back under here. Sort of articulate tracks where you want them. So tab there, pull back, tab back here. So tab here and tab here. And as long as all that lines up, you have Scavanger back in his vehicle mode. All right, let's get down to combine mode, and couldn't really do it with hook, but we might do the fist combination afterwards when we do the combined piece there. So all we're going to do is we're going to fold this back. We're going to fold this all out. So we're going to have to untab these. This is going to come all the way out like so. And these are just going to, for now, just tab back into those ports there like so. So sit like that. And we want it, if I remember correctly, this way, because he's Devastator's right arm. So pretty much that's him in his combine mode, and there is your elbow joint, and there is your shoulder joint right there. So this is your combiner peg. So this will connect into the side of hook. As I said before, these do not use the standard combiner ports that were becoming common use back when Combiner Wars was done. These guys had their own specific design ports. So there we go. So there is basically Devastator's right arm. Now, I don't know how well this will work. Well, that's it. Yeah. Slightly. What I might do is I might cheat a little bit. Use his chest for a moment. So, almost worked. Almost. Just a little tilt. I think it's just very heavy on the other side, on one side. So it is what it is. So we'll just do, I don't know. I was going to try and stand him up, but I don't think I'm going to. Will that work? Sort of using hinges and stuff just to try and get him to stand. I don't think it's going to. I'm pretty sure this will work even less successful with Bone Crusher. No, I think that isn't really going to work. I think nada. It's going nowhere. Anyway, so here he is with Scrapper. Here he is with Mixmaster. Here he is, Long Haul. And that's still not going to sit anywhere. Thought maybe I could lean up against Long Haul. There he is with Hook. And there is Scavenger. So there we go. So there is so far the Constructicons all together. And as I said, this will go into here when we get to combine mode. So there is that. Whoops. I'm just going to do that because he's just going to keep on falling over. And if you really want a more flatter shoulder, you can do that. But then you start seeing bits and pieces. So there is that. So there we go. So if you liked this video, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't like this video, give me a thumbs down. I promise you it will not hurt my feeling. Subscribe, ring that bell, leave me a comment. What do you think of this set so far? If you had the choice, would you have made this your Devastator? Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you later.